Hi, my crafty friends. Hello, hello. I'm ready to do another craft. I hope you guys are too. I've got a fun one prepared for you today. Move my light over. So last week we worked on a Christmas design, but this week we're going to work on, I guess it could be considered a Thanksgiving design or a fall design, or it really could be just an everyday of the week design because it's a really nice quote or phrase. And it's got this really awesome script font that I love, and it says grateful hearts gather here. I realize it is backwards for you guys because I am on my cell phone in selfie mode, so it is backwards to you, but that's what it says, grateful hearts gather here. So that's what we're going to work on today. And I'm going to put it on this 9x12 Couture gallery board. It's actually the Aiden board, 9x12, and it's got this white distressed frame. I currently have this tractor design on here, but I'm going to show you how easily this washes off. This is chalk paste from a previous video that I did. And one of the things that I love about these boards and Chalk Couture is that they are definitely reusable. So we're going to wash this design off and put this new design on. And we're going to use these two colors. I wanted to do some muted tones, so this one is called Grayish, and then the blue is Ocean Mist. Grayish and Ocean Mist. So it's a little bit of a blue and a little bit of a gray. And then I'm thinking we might add a bow to it. And so I haven't decided yet what we're going to use, but I brought over some different blues and whites that I have. Believe it or not, I didn't have any gray ribbon. I can't believe that. I'm going to have to find some gray ribbon. But I did find quite a few blues and whites. So I think we'll put together a bow on here. I'm not sure exactly where we're going to place it or how it's going to look just yet, but we will figure it out as we go. So, is everybody starting to think about Thanksgiving? Tell me if you're going to be in town or out of town, and if you're cooking or if someone else is cooking for you. I don't cook, so I always get cooked for. I say that. Sometimes I make some desserts, but I don't do any of the cooking. My husband is a much better cook than I am, so any cooking that our household is responsible for, my husband takes care of that. So I am pretty lucky for that. So if you would, leave me a comment. I want to know what you guys have going on for Thanksgiving. Let me know if you're going to be home or out of town, and if you're going to be cooking or not. Oh, it says Sandy White started a watch party. Woohoo! Get your friends in there. Get everybody watching. That's a great idea. So right now what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and just really quickly share this over to my Hen House Crafting Club. It's a free crafting club that I have on Facebook. If you are not already in there, I would really love for you to join. So it is on Facebook, it's free, and if you're interested in joining, just leave a comment that says #club, and I'll message you the details so that you can get in there pretty easily. But it's just #CLUB, #club. and I'll help you get in there. But this is a good place to get, to stay up to date with my craft projects and videos that I'm working on. It's also a great place to get ideas and inspiration, ask questions, and even share your projects as well. I love it when you guys share your projects because I want to see what you got going on too, not just what I've got going on. So now that that's all set, I think I'm gonna turn my camera down so that we can wash off this board and I can show you how that is done. And it's super easy peasy, but we're gonna get that done right away. All right. So let's see how that's gonna do. All right, I think that'll work pretty good for you. So I have my board eraser here in this pan of water, so it's got water in it, but this is a board eraser, and it's just this round spongy like material. It's full of water right now, but that's all you need to clean this off is water and a board eraser. You can do it without a board eraser, but the board eraser just really makes it faster and easier. And normally I would put this underneath running water in the sink, but since we're not at the sink today, I'm just going to squeeze some of this water on here and show you how easy it is to get that off. And sorry if my camera is shaking and making it fuzzy for you. So say goodbye to our tractor. Squeeze some more water in there. Okay, he's just about gone. Another great thing about using this Chalk Couture paste, when you clean it up, it doesn't really leave that that chalky shadow like when you use traditional chalk on a chalkboard. Okay, so that looks good. Let's drop that back in the water. Now we're just going to use some paper towels and maybe some Clorox wipes to clean off the excess. But you won't have that dusty shadow on there whenever you get it all cleaned off. So it looks clean and new every time. Okay, I don't think we're going to need any of the wipes. That looks nice and clean. Perfect. Okay, so now that we've prepared our surface, which is the 9x12 Aden board with this fantastic distressed, I don't know why I can never remember that word, distressed frame, we are going to get a fuzzing cloth so that we can prepare our transfer. So this transfer says Grateful Hearts Gather Here, and it fits perfectly on our frame with just a little bit of edge on there. So we're going to just add a little bit of fuzz onto the back of this transfer so that it doesn't stick too much to our board. So we're just going to put sticky side down on the towel, press it down, and lift it up a couple of times. Trying to wave at everybody when they come in, so that's why my hand is up here. There we go. So if you guys just hopped on, all you missed was me describing the project and cleaning off the chalkboard. So this 9x12 Aden chalkboard that we're starting with had a tractor on it, so I showed how easily it was to wash it off. So if you want some information on how to clean your board, go ahead and catch the replay, and you can see that again. Let me make sure I don't have any little pieces of lint and stuff on there. So I think I'm going to put this more towards the top because I'm thinking about putting the bow down at the bottom. So that way our bow doesn't cover up our design. I think I'm going to move it closer to the top of the frame since the transfer is a little bit smaller than our board. So we have this little gap down here. So now I just want to make sure that the areas around my screen are stuck to the board. And I'm thinking we'll do Grateful Hearts in one color and then Gather Here in another color. So I think I'll start with the grayish and then we'll do the bottom half in the Ocean Mist. So if you can tell the different colors there. All right, so we're gonna start with grayish. The first thing we need to do is open it and stir it. So I just have a little plastic stir stick here and I'm gonna stir it up, make sure all of the pigment is mixed up well in there and that it's a good consistency. You want your chalk paste to be much like a yogurt consistency. So not too runny, not too thick. This one is looking really good. Scrape off the excess in there because we don't want to waste it. Hi, Katie. Oops. Trying to wave at you, Katie, and another menu was popping up. There we go. Okay, so let's get a small squeegee and our grayish, and we're gonna try to do just the words Grateful Hearts so that we can save this for the other color. All right, so I'm loading up my squeegee and I'm gonna gently glide it across the entire screen. Or well, not the entire screen, but the words that we want to be gray. Got a little bit on the frame, but that's okay because this is chalk paste and it washes off with just water, so I can wipe that off when we're finished here. Okay, a little bit more. So these words are connected, so I'm just gonna find a spot to stop my gray. Like that. Put the excess back in the jar. So now we need to remove the excess of the gray. So to do that, I'm just gonna stand up my squeegee more at a 90-degree angle and gently glide across the top, just like we did before, removing the excess. Put it back in the jar. So now we're gonna keep doing that until we've completed the gray section. This one should be pretty fast and easy. Okay. A little bit more. Trying to avoid the other words down there so that I can not mess them up. And I think we've got it. Okay. So I want to go ahead and lift this top section up, which is going to be tricky because I got it so close to the top. I might have to put something in there. Oh, here we go. So I want to lift this section, but not from the corner. So I'm going to try and lift the top, but I only want to lift the section where the gray is. So I'm going to pull it up. Like that. I'm going to leave it open a second, let it dry a little bit, put my lid back on my chalk paste. And I think just to be safe, I'll go ahead and hit it with the hair dryer to finish drying it for a few seconds. That looks good. So now I'm just going to gently lay this back down, not pressing it back in because I don't want it to get back into the screened area. This is the only portion down here that needs to be stuck now, and that's the portion that we're going to work on next. So we've got Grateful Hearts. Now we're going to come back with the Ocean Mist to do the Gather Here words. This is a new one, so it comes with this little paper foil type cover. So just pull it off. Oh, this one is pretty dry. Let's see if I can get that loosened up with some water. So I'm just spritzing some water in there, and I'm going to see if I can get it stirred up. See how it's kind of lumpy and dry? I'm just gonna stir it really good and then maybe add a little bit more water until we can get it a nicer, smoother consistency. It's getting better already. It's starting to actually stir. Okay, spritz a little bit more water in there. Just did 2 little squirts from my water bottle. Now we're getting somewhere. This is looking better. All right. That's much more like a yogurt consistency now. So see, I did about 4 squirts from my water bottle. It's a little misting water bottle from Chalk Couture. And that's all it needed to go from that thick, lumpy stuff to a smoother consistency. All right, so now that that's all mixed together, scrape off the excess. And let me get another small squeegee. Load her up and let's get the second half done here. So, same thing that we did up above. We're gonna load up a generous amount on the squeegee and gently glide across the top. Trying to avoid our gray section that we just did. This is going pretty quick. So for those of you who joined a little bit later, I was asking everybody, what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? Will you be traveling? Will you be staying in town? Will you be cooking? Will someone else be cooking for you? It's right around the corner. And I'm getting ready to see the whole family and get everybody together. All right, again, I'm gliding across the top to remove the excess, not pressing down. And I think we're ready to reveal. Let's see how well we did here. All right. Okay, here we go, guys. There we go. I like this blue and gray together. What do you guys think? I know it's not traditional fall colors, but I like it. Can you even tell the difference on the screen? I'm not sure. So this is what we have so far. Grateful hearts gather here. So I'm put my lid back on my chalk, and then we can start working on a bow that we're going to put down here on the bottom, and that'll give a chance for this to dry as well. So let me scoot that up a little bit. So I have all of these blue and white ribbons to use, and I think what we'll do is maybe use one of these larger ones. Let me open this one up. To, you know, wrap it around the board and then put a bow over in the corner is what I'm thinking. So let's see here. This is a wired ribbon. You don't have to have a wired ribbon, but the good thing about it is it helps give some pretty nice structure to your bows. So I'm gonna tie it in a knot. And then I'm gonna slide it over here. I'm gonna attempt to slide it to the side because I want my bow to be over in this corner. And I'm gonna leave these little flaps as part of our bow. And I'll trim them down once we get our actual bow to attach there. So this is what we're going to work with. And we're going to put our bow right here. So I'm going to go ahead and use some more of this. I think I want my bow to be about this long. Yeah, I think that'll work. So I'm going to do 2 of these. And then I'll start layering my other ribbons on top. And I usually will go largest to smallest on top. So I think I'll put some of this white on top. Well, let's see. Forgot to bring my good scissors over here. I need to iron this piece. Where in the world did I put my good scissors? It's a good question, huh? Of course they're not handy. All right, so I'll put the white aside, and then I'm gonna layer, let's see, these 2 blues are the same. I think I'm gonna go with this darker blue since we already have some of the light blue in there. couple pieces of this smaller ribbon. And then I also have the small blue. It's kind of a sheer blue. And then I'm going to cut one more piece of this because I'm going to use it to tie off my ribbon. All right, hi Tony. So we're making a bow right now, and this is an easy peasy crisscross bow if you haven't seen me make one before. So basically I'm going to start with my wired larger ribbon at the bottom, and I'm just going to crisscross these different ones back and forth like this. We're going to do the white one and the blue one. Okay. That. And then I cut this longer blue one to tie with. So I'm going to go right through the X like this. And I like to use one of the smaller ribbons to tie with because it just helps to make a tighter knot to hold your bow together. So I flipped it over, and now I'm just going to tie a knot in the back. Like that, and it's going to kind of ruffle up our ribbons. Pull it really tight. Like that. Okay, so this is what we have so far. It's pretty cute. I'm going to use this longer one to tie it onto our board, and it's going to go on something like that. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah. So just kind of fluff up my ribbons a little bit, separate them so that you can see all the different colors. That. And then I need to trim some of these down. Okay. So it's not quite so wild. These terrible scissors. I wish I had my other ones close by so I could grab them. Okay. Okay, that's looking better already. Perfect. I wasn't sure I was going to like that darker blue in there, but it looks nice. Hi Starlet, I'm glad you were able to join. So now what I'm going to do is just loop this longer ribbon through this knot that we tied on here. And I'm going to tie, oops, I got that one tangled up. I'm going to tie it onto here. That way you don't have to glue anything on or anything. It's just all tied on and easily removable for when you get ready to change it out. Okay, so now that it's tied on there, I'm going to trim these off because we don't need to see those. Stick them up underneath. And then I just need to trim these pieces that were already on the board. This is gonna drive me crazy. When I get off camera, I'm gonna have to go get my good scissors and clean this thing up. There. All right, guys. I think we are all done. So we have a cute little ribbon at the top. Let me turn my screen up so that you can see the whole thing. All right. So here we have it. So we took that tractor design off super quickly, and we added the Grateful Hearts Gather Here. Sorry, I know the words are backwards, but it's because I'm in selfie mode. And then we added the nice little ribbon here at the bottom to give it a little bit more color. And we are good to go. We now have a brand new design to display. And when we get tired of this one, we can just wash it off and start over with a new one. So for those of you who joined a little bit late, the replay will be up shortly after this video has ended. And if you're interested in joining my free crafting club, leave a comment, #CLUB, #club, and I will send you the link to get you into that group. I'd love to have you in there. And then if anybody's interested in purchasing supplies to make this project, the ribbon you can get at the craft store, but all of the other items that we used, you can purchase from my website. And so if you just leave #shop, SHOP, #shop in the comments, I will get you that information, give you links directly to these items to make shopping easy for you. And that's about all I have for you today. If you know anybody who would be interested in watching this video and crafting along with us, please share it with them. I would love to have them in my free crafting club as well. It's a great place to see not only what I'm working on, but to share what you're working on and get some creative ideas and input on projects that you're working on. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Enjoy some time with your families and preparation for another work week. And I'll be back here again next Sunday with a brand new project, and I hope you'll join me. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend. Thanks so much for joining.